For centuries, knowledge has been hidden in plain sight across the sands of time. Whispers of lost civilizations, cryptic symbols, and forbidden histories have been erased or concealed. What if the truth was never lost, but hidden? Welcome to Eye of Ancient Mysteries, where the past speaks and the future listens. Sit back, open your mind, and prepare to uncover the untold secrets of our world. Let the journey begin now. Ein Embahaso from Plet Flying Saucers Shoot Down MiGs! The USSR was waging a secret war with aliens. Moscow ordered troops not to fire at UFOs in the 1940s and 1950s. The United States was swept by a UFO craze, with newspapers flooded by reports of flying saucers, men in black, and alien abductions. But while close encounters of the third kind became routine in America, their communist rivals were also shaken by mysterious confrontations with UFOs. According to former Soviet operative Sergei Mironovich, who worked in a special department dealing with UFOs and later in the top secret Sekka program. During the Cold War, the Soviet Union began experiencing an increasing number of alien contacts. Reports surfaced constantly of unidentified spacecraft entering Soviet airspace. UFO researcher and writer Paul Stonehill, born in the USSR, recounts how the Russians were shocked that so many flying saucers could penetrate their borders and move freely without any control from the Kremlin. There were far more direct encounters in the USSR than in the US, and the objects flying over the Soviet Union were highly interested in top-secret military installations. Stonehill explains. Naturally, Moscow couldn't let the situation continue unchecked. A Cold War phenomenon. Throughout the Cold War and the space race, the Soviet Air Force frequently clashed with unidentified flying objects. The Kremlin was basically paranoid but helpless, says Stonehill. Several times, the Russians tried to shoot down UFOs, either by high-level orders or local commanders acting on their own. But the results were always disastrous. Stonehill, whose work has been published in 11 languages, has uncovered extensive details about the deep secrecy surrounding the phenomenon in the Soviet Union. The Kremlin typically dismissed media reports of such events as hoaxes created by the West. However, in 1977, a secret research initiative called Sekka was launched after an incident near the city of Petrozavodsk, where 48 UFOs appeared in the sky, including one massive glowing object that reportedly beamed lights toward Earth. Even the Soviet press covered the incident. Though officials labeled it a weather anomaly, official registration system Sekka's goal was to study UFOs, and top Soviet leadership even acknowledged that they could be of extraterrestrial origin. Much of the program's archive remains classified, but Stonehill notes that reports were passed from the military to scientists. Every Soviet soldier, sailor, and pilot was issued forms to log any encounter with a UFO in detail. It was so common that one has to wonder just how much the Soviets truly knew about these phenomena, he says. Deadly encounters shortly after the death of dictator Joseph Stalin in 1953. A bloody battle broke out between an alien spacecraft and Soviet forces. A large UFO, initially described as a balloon or airship, appeared over the Siberian taiga. The Soviet military dispatched a special unit to engage. When fighter jets attacked, all three were incinerated, Stonehill claims. By the mid-1960s, a secret directive was issued to all Soviet armed forces: do not fire on UFOs. Leave them alone. Stonehill says this was because alien crafts defended themselves aggressively and destroyed any unit that attacked them. They annihilated aircraft and, in some cases, fired first. He adds, no government wants to appear powerless in the face of a threat. The Russians were genuinely afraid. Under a microscope, despite violent encounters, most UFO sightings by Soviet forces involved observation, not attack. They felt like they were under a microscope. Stonehill notes, there are reports that UFOs were present during nearly all Soviet space launches. The saucers seemed to know everything about the cosmodromes and secret military facilities. However, the motivations of the beings piloting the crafts remain a mystery.